turning pages, night turning days. I'm tired of waiting. I gotta make it.
What's up, y'all? This is Relly, all back with another video. Well, really podcast. And today, as I load back up my phone, we're gonna be reacting to and talking over about this LeBron segment that was with Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Max, where they was talking about, LeBron James returning to Cleveland Cavaliers and what that mean, and also some stuff with Bronny, right? And I heard the first 20 seconds of it, really unintentionally, but I'm probably gonna do like a 2-minute version of it, and we're gonna talk about it. So you're gonna hear the audio from my phone because I got to get a little smarter so how I can do a true legitimate reaction with all that stuff. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get smarter, man. We're gonna get more creative. So let's get this going.
James said the door is not closed on a potential return to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that his last season in the league will be, and this is a quote, "played with my son."
What?
In an interview with The Athletic ahead of...
Stop it right there. Actually, too, because I want to say this, too, before we get into it. What LeBron James is doing is probably one of the smartest marketing decisions he's ever did, right? Because I'm a business major. I'm a dual major. I'm a marketing business management major here in the University of Toledo, right? Now, what LeBron James is doing for his son is allowing his son, even if Bronny is not that good, is to higher up in the ranks in the lottery, in the draft. Because a lot of teams is going to feel like if we can get him, take a chance on him, we will acquire Bron, right? And the reason why that is so impactful is because when you realize that that actually opens the door for 29 other teams in the league, you realize that they are going to do everything. And especially when you look at some of these teams, because every team in the league is not big market teams, which means a lot of these smaller market teams have to do everything, and I mean that literal, to be contenders or have hope of being a team that is thought of as a free agent attraction. And which player makes teams a free agent attraction? LeBron James. Who makes that team a media attraction? LeBron James. Who helps teams fix their economies? LeBron James. And this is why teams like Sacramento and smaller, Sacramento would be a great example of a team that would do anything and everything to take a chance on Bronny in order to get LeBron James. You get what I'm saying? Because they need that, right? And this is why it's going to be a free-for-all. It's going to be open season. The Lakers is going to be on their P's and Q's because now they have to make sure that LeBron James is happy, because if not, those 29 teams is going to be fiending. But let's, what I'm saying?
All-Star game, he said this. Now here's LeBron after the game talking about what the return to Cleveland for the All-Star game meant to him.
If not, I'm going to have it.
Listen, man, the joy of just being home. I literally stayed back home in Akron all weekend while I was here. I see my guys, even though I see them. When I come back home in the summer, we always link up, but it's just something special. We've never spent the All-Star weekend, all of us together. Every last one of them was here. Sheon, Willie, Drew, Frankie, Brandon, and Sheon, we were all here together, for the first time. And then, having my mom in the building and having my wife and my kids here, it's just, how much more can a man ask for, really?
Jay, how surprised were you to see him?
Demonetized, but I'm probably
or would you be? How surprised were you to hear him talk like that? How surprised would you be to see him leave L.A. at the end of his career?
LeBron James just said the market is open.
See?
The market is open. Let the trades begin. Because what he just did for his younger son, Bronny, and I've seen Bronny play. I've talked to scouts about Bronny. A lot of them potentially, if he were to try to come out in the 2024 draft, if he was there, would probably be late second-round pick, but you're legitimately asking yourself, out there understanding what just happened in Cleveland this weekend. Report came out that Cleveland, the economy of Cleveland, due to the NBA All-Star game being there, stimulated $100 million for the economy.
One weekend.
$100 million for the local economy. So now factor that note in
to All-Star weekend.
Bronny James
imagine that a whole season
could potentially be taken as a lottery pick
Where would he go without LeBron as his dad and the promise of
He
LeBron
may not
being
get drafted.
But end of the second round?
So right there, right there, you hear right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron James opens doors for teams. Like, he just do. Like, LeBron James is very smart. He's strategic. He's a businessman. He understands what he is able to do, what he's able to create, what he's able to change with his choice of words. Anybody who's seen him in Cleveland, the Lakers, Miami, you understand what he brings. The moment he step forth on your team, you understand that you're on a ticking time bomb. Not to disrespect LeBron James, but because you have to be on your P's and Q's in order to satisfy him. Which means you have to make sure that this piece is good, this piece is here, the picks is there. But, you know, everything has to an extent, be perfect to make sure LeBron James is happy, because if he starts shooting subliminals like this, he's going to put you under a lot of pressure. Somebody's going to get fired. Somebody's going to get moved, right? And LeBron James knows what he's doing. Like, don't get me wrong. LeBron James knows what he's doing, because he does this, even if he doesn't have the intent to leave the Lakers, which I can see him not having the intent to leave the Lakers. But even if he's kind of iffy on it, he's basically telling Rob Pelinka, man, get this together, man. He's borderline saying, I will real deal walk if you do not make something happen. Like, he's doing it the legal way so he don't get fined. Like, you got to understand that like, even in business, like, it's ways to wiggle around saying what you want without saying what you want. You get what I'm saying? And that's what LeBron James does well. LeBron James is putting Bronny in a situation where even if he is not good, like Jay Williams said it, even right now, they talk about he might go undrafted. On the end of the clip, it did say he was he could possibly go second round, right? I don't think he's going to get undrafted. But the fact is that he's probably raised Bronny's stock off of that subliminal alone to probably lottery. Or at least maybe late first round. But you get what I'm saying? Like, that right there, he's opening the doors. And also, my bad that I just, like, randomly cut it right there because it was sirens. And I'm like, man, please do not let this. Like, and I know I got a better mic, but I'm so, like, used to my mic picking up feeds that I have or do not want them to pick up. That is like, man, all right, I'm going to cut it short. You get what I'm saying? But like I was saying, like, LeBron James is smart. LeBron is strategic. This is why, like, when you hear the rumors that LeBron James could come back to Cleveland Cavaliers, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because LeBron James could be using that as a tool to say, you know, to put on the Lakers that make something happen. You get what I'm saying? Because realistically, LeBron James ain't going to come up, say, yeah, I might, you know, the door might be open for me to go to the Sacramento Kings. Absolutely not, because it's not going to sound right. It's not going to be believable. But if he say Cleveland, when he's already been on the Cleveland twice, won a ring once, this is his hometown, this is his home fan base. You talking about his family, you feel what I'm saying? It sound real, don't it? It sound real, even if he is dead serious, which he could very well be. Because I'm not saying LeBron James might not be considering the Cavs, because at first I just didn't think so. Now I legitimately think there's a chance. But the Cavs has to be on their P's and Q's, because if they mess this up here, if they really mess this up, this is going to be bad on Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka is probably going to get fired this offseason for sure. Either he's going to get fired or he's going to have to make a blockbuster move. LeBron James, like, it's certain things he's just not going to go for, which is one of the reasons why LeBron James left us the second time. Because when he understood that we didn't sign or extended, what's bro name? David Griffin, and Kyrie was traded for Isaiah Thomas, and we didn't get full return for Kyrie Irving. And, you know, LeBron James made a move. He made a move, right? And this is why I agree with Jay Williams on this topic, because I do think LeBron James strategically is making a very great move in order to make sure Bronny is in the right position. But not only is Bronny in the right position, but as well as Bron is in the right decision in order to make pieces move according to how he wants them to move, which is why LeBron James is LeBron James. So down in the comments below, let me know how y'all feel about this topic. Tell me if you like how I formatted this. I need y'all, man. I need y'all criticism so I know how I move going forward. Yeah.
That's Atlantis with that money.